Really, I did find out that the first house that was built on their farm that they sold,
Mhm.
what's now Sunnyland, was the Ragers. I think that's spelled R-U-A-G.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Is that?
Mhm. Now, the Guth, it was Lauren Guth, right, that had the cemetery, the family plot that is still.
No, Lauren is our son-in-law. His father and grandfather.
You know, we were never able to find the record books on who was buried there. But we're
Right.
still in that cemetery. You know, we can't read the names of the tombstones, and we were trying to find a record of who was buried there, and we can't seem to get a hold of one.
Well, he's been so poorly that I haven't been to see him to talk to him.
Sure,
Although
right.
in his better times, I know he could answer some of those
Right.
questions. But I just
Well,
haven't
there's some
seen.
people buried down Ringenbergers where that gravel pit is.
Yes.
There's you can see the fence from below. Them people are buried there. What owns that place?
Right. You know, the man teaches now. Their descendant teaches at our school. He teaches these boys a Rinkenberger.
Oh, there is a Ringenberger teacher.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And we're going to go down there to try to find the old stone house.
Well, is he related to those Ringenbergers?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have the book in the car on the Rinkenberger family history.
You let him take you down there.
Um,
Because they didn't dig the gravel out. That's still there.
the stone is the stone house still there?
No, that's everything dug in there. The cemetery, the little cemetery they left, there's a fence around it.
You know, we were wondering too. We've heard tales that there was a Union cemetery out here by Cummings Lane.
Oh, there's quite a few of them
Well,
out
that I didn't know. What I did forget to tell you, I think you were here the other time, my grandfather came to this country from Germany, and I can't tell you the.
Yeah, it's not. I was just.
I can't tell you the exact year, although there's somewhere in my belongings there's a history of that. He came over in a sailing vessel. It took him 6 weeks to come from Germany to the mouth of the Mississippi, and then they came up the Mississippi. So there were no roads, no railroads to speak of. And he settled up the road here about 2 miles from here. And he was a Methodist minister, and he preached in a little church right close to his home. But that's all gone too now.
Now, would that be the evangelical church that was torn down?
No, that's a different one. The evangelical church is on where we were at the cemetery.
Right.
But this one is up the southern road.
Is that in the Sunnyland area?
No, we're right up the road here.
It's about 2 miles from here, straight east.
East.
Okay.
And this road between the Cooper elevator and here, on that road.
Would you happen to have, or know where I could get a hold of, a picture of that old evangelical church that was torn down by the cemetery?
No, I don't know. The
No.
only one, Mabel Easterly might have one.
Yes, you might have one.
She'd be the only one that would have one.
We have a chance now to get this book published. And the reason I'd like to
She
publish a
would be the
book
only
is
one.
Oh,
for
that would be
pictures.
nice.
It's a
I
frame-
remember seeing a picture one time
frame building.
of a Christmas program, but I think that was of the Hollands Grove Church, wasn't it? Remember that picture that was circulating around? I don't know whether my folks had it or where I saw it anywhere, but they had a big Christmas tree in the picture taken up. I was thinking that it was the Hollands Grove Church, but I'm not sure.
There's one around Mabel Easterly's got.
Well, we could stop there when we go past there when we go down. I'll stop and ask her.
Oh, I love that.
She's got some pretty vicious dogs, but maybe.
Well, you know, now, a couple of Sundays ago, we talked to, let's see, you're related, Mrs. Edward Schuck?
Mhm.
Your cousin, and Miss Esterly. She did talk to us, and she told us about some of the early history.
Oh.
But I don't know if she has a picture yet. We didn't ask her then about pictures because I didn't know then I could get it published.
I see.
One of our boys is a minister, son, and he has a printing press in his basement in Sunningland. And he
Oh.
publish it and print it for us at cost. So that's why if you would have any old pictures of this area, we could get your pictures back to you, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, we wouldn't have any pictures. And outside of her, I wouldn't know where you could be.
You know, we were talking, I'm sorry, I interrupted you maybe. Your grandfather had a church down here?
Mm-hmm.
Was a minister.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, it was a Methodist church?
That was a Methodist church, yes.
And that was
German. It preached in German.
Well, this other one, chances are, was a Methodist too, because they was all Methodist churches at that time.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that ever was anything else.
No, I mean the one up the road here, Johnny Burrs.
Well, that's one I said. That one was Methodist, I know. Yes, that's one I talked about.
Your grandfather had. Do you remember when your father was born? What year was he born?
Well, this was my mother's father. She was born in 1876. And he lived here before that because he was, well, he had two wives. Now, I don't know whether the first one, no, the first one came to America too. She did, yes. Because she's buried at the Herstein Cemetery.
Now, where's that?
Well, that's off of this road, south about a mile. When you know what we call where the elevator is at Cooper. Well, that road comes straight down to our place. Now you go about half the way up, and then turn to the right in about a mile. It's kind of in the Denver.
Is there a big pine tree off that road back there? Right, that's what she was telling us. Somebody was mentioning one. We'll have to find that. That's the Herstein and that was where the church was?
No.
No.
No church there?
That's a different place again. They're not too far apart. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to keep this all straight. And then your father was a farmer, though your grandfather was a minister. No.
And a farmer too. See, they lived out in the country, and they had a small farm, and they probably got very, very little pay at that time. And even if they did, I suppose it was potatoes and apples and things they could use, because people just didn't have very
They
much
didn't have
money.
the money them
No.
days.
And it's the place, maybe you boys know where the big hog operation is up the road here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the farm. That's the farm. That was my mother's birthplace.
And now your family is from here too, the Schuck family, right?
Sure. My grandmother came across in a sailing boat too. I don't know how many weeks or months they was on the ocean.
That was really an adventure. It was mostly young folks that did it, I guess, hardy ones, and they're ready for adventure. And never knowing what was before them from one day to the next.
And they settled, right? And the Schucks settled in this area. And they bought the land from the government?
No, they got the land from a fellow by the name of Schaefer. He got a whole big tract here from the government. And this land all at one time belonged to that Schaefer. And he sold it out to these individuals. Mm-hmm. If you can get these old abstracts, you'll find Schaefer's name is on all of them. Mm. We got ones as big as the Sears Roebuck catalog. I wish I could show it to you.
Love to
Schaefer's
see.
name in there.
That's
He
great.
one time owned it.
Mm.
Got it from the government.
And then your father bought the land from, how much did he have around here?
He had 102.5 acres. And they bought that from that Schaefer, his mother.
I think they bought it, if I remember right, the school was started in 1856. I forgot the year that your grandmother bought it, but it was along about that time, around 1850 or so.
What school was started in 1850?
So it's the Lafayette School.
Oh, the Lafayette School.
Because we had our centennial in 1956. On the 3rd anniversary.
Now, whose home was that Lafayette School in, the original one? Do you remember? Have you heard tell? I've seen pictures of that Lafayette school. And I think the first one started in the bedroom of somebody's home, but I don't know
Yeah.
the name.
You're right. Across the Garrett place.
Where Pine Lakes is now. That was kind of. And then they built another one, and it was moved over to the other farm that's across the road from Pine Lakes. The one where you go north, and it's on the east side. And then they built this new one.
And you went to the Methodist church down here, right?
No, that was before our time.
Oh, that was before your...
Yes, that was before our time.
You went to the evangelical church up here?
Well, Henry did. Henry did. This is his home territory. See, I was from Beer Creek.
That's right. Oh, okay.
But my mother grew up in this same territory. Pretty much. Only about, a matter of 3 miles from where his folks lived, and they knew each other.
Now, what was her name?
My mother's name was Keller. Koeller.
Now, where did she live?
Up here with his hog farmers.
That's what you were
Yes.
saying, right? And then she went to this Farmdale Lafayette school also.
I think she went to the Franklin school. It was a little bit closer. They had a far ways to walk to
Yeah,
school.
but there was in the Lafayette School District.
But, yes, they were in this district, but in those days it didn't make any difference. You went to the closest one. Yeah, they were in this district, that's right. But, and the Franklin school is the brick school. Right off of this road.
I don't know where
I don't believe
you
you know.
Is that still standing?
Yes.
We'll find it. I wonder if I could get some pictures of that.
Oh, yes. There's nobody living there. You just get right out and take a picture.
We'll have to check into that. Something. Did you say you felt like driving down by the where it
Yeah,
was?
I'll take them down.
Are you sure you? Oh, if you're sure, we'll all crowd in the back.
Oh, I'll take our cars.
Oh, well, I could drive either one. Boys, would you like to see that?
Yeah.
I would love to see.
The only thing my dad brought over is an old atlas.
Well, I might get that atlas, but you have seen that Caswell County atlas, haven't you?
No, I don't believe I have. No,
Well, then we'll go and get that. I think I can find it. Let me know.
That's the only thing. You can ask for one.
Now, where did you go to school? School down here too? Lafayette too?
A whole mile of school. Rain or snow. These kids don't know what to do.
Just riding the
And that ain't all. We had leather boots, and they wouldn't hold the water out. I come home and my feet were clear red, and I couldn't get the darn things off. They swell, you know. Boy, oh boy, cold feet. I don't know whether got to keep them in freezing.
Yeah, do you remember any stories of, what was a typical school day like down at Lafayette? They don't know what a one-room schoolhouse is. I don't know.
Well, they had the big old pot-bellied stove in the middle, and when it got real cold, we fired up, and as soon as she'd blow up, blow smoke, blow the top off, and everything else.
Really?
I'll tell you one good one. The big boys, they had a teacher, I don't know if they didn't like her or what. Anyhow, they went and stuck one of them young ones in the stove.
A what?
Stuck one of them young ones in the stove.
A kid?
Pot-bellied stove.
A boy?
Yes, a boy! And when she came, I could still see her coming from over the barracks. She opened the door, hear that young one was in the stove. She let out over the Adam barracks. I won't got him out.
Oh, that's awful. That is
full capers.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah, put him in a... Well, of course, the darn stove had a great big round thing that high on where you could get up in, see? How they ever got him in, I don't know. He wasn't very big. He was kind of thin and lanky.
Jealous. My goodness, this hasn't been looked at for years and years and years. let's see, where can we lay it? So
Here.
I got so much junk here.
Oh,
Are you going to leave that on?
well, could we?
Oh, I guess so.
Okay.
Let's,
Oh,
we get these sandwiches to eat.
let me put the paper for
Well, that's all right. If it'll register.
Oh, sure.
And
Yeah.
now, these books were made. There's a copyright. 1929. And I remember this one comes from Henry's time, but my folks had one too. But when I was a teenager, we had scarlet fever. And in those days, they made you burn everything, even though that book was never opened up. And they fumigated the house, and there was sickness was all over it. Everything went out and the bonfire. So I think that's where ours was. The history of Castle County, Illinois. Villages, cities, and townships of the county. Map of the United States and the world. And I remember that they sold them for $15, and my mother thought that was a terrible. Now here is the map of Caswell County. Of course, well, we've got it exactly upside down because this is north and it's south. And well, let's see, here's your Washington Township, too. We live right in here on this side. There's where we're at now.
Oh, now here it says church. Was this that evangelical church?
That's right.
Okay, and cemetery and the North School. Okay, and here's a cemetery.
Now wait. Here. Oh, Henry, even the little cemetery is marked that's there on the Holston place. Yeah. This is the Franklin School here, that wood school. And this is... And it says church there. I don't know, which church would that be? I didn't know there was a church there.
Oh, they have churches all over that.
Why, in Washington Township, there is one, this is where school 622 is now. You know where that school is? That used to be a church corner there. I know that. But there's one here, east of Cooper. I didn't recollect that in myself.
Now, here's the evangelical Lafayette. Now, what is this one? Is this the Holland
That
Grove?
must have been the Hollands Grove Church and Cemetery.
Now,
And there's another cemetery right there. There's two right
right,
there.
now there is one back here in the woods. There is an old racing. It turns out we found out over by the Holland Grove store there's a man that used to have a racetrack. He used to race
Oh,
ponies.
that was over there.
There's the Danforths.
That was Danforth.
And Danforth, now this is a different one than I
Yeah,
did.
there was one up there, a half-mile racetrack.
Danforth?
Yeah, had races there, and they raised racers.
Now they were related to the Danforth Bank people.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
what, yeah.
Were those spawning races or?
Yeah. And when we went out, they had sales. They sold those horses to folks.
Now this is a flat of Pekin. This is South Pekin. This is somewhere of Pekin, which doesn't interest us right here too much. Here's Coverdale, and that has grown and grown and grown now. Somewhere here, and here is Morton. You see the railroads there, and
In Washington, it might show Union Cemetery.
one of those evidently is. It doesn't name them. It just says cemetery. And here's Gardena, which has grown into a little town by itself now. Hilltop Manor, I think we still have. Now here's Circleville. I don't remember of any Circleville in Tazewell County.
Wesley. Where was Wesley?
Wesley was along the river between East Peoria and Pekin.
You know, there was a TV show out that they did on the history of East Peoria, and they said the first people that crossed the river from Peoria settled at Worcester.
At Worcester. Well, that's where it was. You
Is
see-
it still there? It's not there anymore, is it?
No, not as such. I suppose the old timers could tell you where they were. Did you see the name Wesley here? Oh, there. Yeah, it'll be all built up, I imagine, now. And we still have Dillon, and we found Dillon in Delaware County. And here's the East Peoria. And of course, this is 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 40, about 45 years ago, 46.
Toledo, Peoria, and Weston. We didn't know what, I don't know the history of this area. I didn't know what TP and W stood for.
Yeah, Toledo, Peoria, and Weston.
Here's Marie.
No, railroad, that's RR.
Yeah,
Oh, Route 8, yeah.
now, I wonder where Farmville.
Yes, there's the Farm Creek,
Farmdale.
Farmdale.
Here's Farm of Rats.
Yeah, Farm Lake Park. We've got it exactly.
Farming is the out
Here. Oh, well, it's many railroads here.
there. TP and W was
And then some Herschel, they must have had a lot of land here.
You know, now they have a camera that takes pictures of pictures, and they look good. Okay. I would love to get a picture of that old map of Washington Township.
Oh, well, you could. There's Green Valley. And Lily, yes, that was my home. That's the original town, because I was born out in the country. No, I wasn't born there. My folks moved there when I was a year old. That's it. East part of East Peoria. And we used to have Carol's and Putnam's at East Peoria. And there's the community high school. Here's your Washington Route 8, the road that you kids live on.
Farmville should be up here somewhere.
Yeah, it'd be Fond du Lac Cemetery. See, it doesn't show it all.
It would be out here
Yeah,
somewhere.
out further. Fremont and Malone Township. There's no town of Malone, but this is a township, and people live there, but they don't have a town of their own. And there's Mackinac. We have a Mackinac, and we have a Manor in Tazewell County. And there's Boynton Township. They don't have a town either, but they have that township. Here's Hiddle. They don't. Well, Hiddle has Army. Now here's Washington.
Here we go.
Here's Washington Township.
This is what we have. Here's that Danforth land.
Yes.
Seen some of it. Danforth, is that the
whole section there, 640 years.
Yes, Henry Dennert was the banker, yes. He was the banker.
Here's Henry Esser.
I knew him.
And here's the Lincoln Burgers edition.
And would the cemetery be marked? Oh, no, that'd be the Lincoln Burger addition to Washington. Yeah, that is it. There's the Washington Cemetery. You see that A.G. Danforth land went clear up, must have went. Now here's some more.
Well, I'm trying to find where Beverly Manor would be.
This is all town.
Just by
Yeah, this is all town.
east of Schuck.
Hopedale. And here's some more Hopedale. Little Mackinac. And their town was, that's around Manila. Yes, Delavan. the town and the country. See, this is this part here blowed up real big.
I was glad it was a we found it. We went to the whole group down there. Lincoln Burger to go with it.
So where that little fence is around the Henry said, Sand Prairie, Spring Lake, and Cincinnati and Andre, Greenland and some more Mackinac. Look, that was really cut up into fine places. You see the name Grover Helm. You know, he used to run a big store in Mackinac underneath the. Now I'll show you how my home was. Yeah. No, this is on this one. No. You live north of here. Oh, here. We've all done this. That was my father. This is the road that went past our house. And here's Dennis White, William and Dan White. But when I went to school, I went over in this territory. That was Woodford County. We lived right close to the line. Now there's Morton again. And some more Washington. Some more Washington. Now,
Turn this around.
now, if you turn it this way, let me hold it. And this is the way it lays. This is north. Now you want to find Beverly Manor.
Pleasant Ridge.
Oh, Beverly Manor wasn't there when they made
No, but you'd have to look for the Guth farm. Here's John Rhines, Adam Schroen. Let's see, they were north.
Guth.
There it is. Joe Guth.
And cemetery.
And that's right. There's your cemetery. Here's
This
Amos
is a
Guth.
road.
That's Lauren's father. And here's a Henry Guth. But this is where, along in there is where Sunnyland is.
This
now.
is about convenient. Okay, now let's see if we see any more cemeteries out
all
in here.
farmland.
And if we don't see the here's the Rinkenberger land.
Yes.
A. Rinkenberger. They're Abraham Linkenberger. I think his name was on the. There's a stone. There was a stone born in 1790 in the cemetery.
Oh,
And a stall. The Anna Stall is still living
Yes.
in a nursing home. We want to get a hold of her. And let's see if there's any cemetery. Where's the Holland Grove? It'll be up here.
well, let's see. Be north of that. Where's Route 8? Or what we call the Washington Road.
Right here. So that'd be.
No, wait,
that's one
wait.
now.
What name were we hunting for?
Holland
The
Grove.
house was church.
There is a cemetery now. And here's Susan Schroen,
Here's Billabong.
and the Cops,
The Kyles.
and the Kyles. Michael S.C.H. Schmaltz.
Somewhere in here.
They're all gone.
Where would the Union Cemetery be? Here's the one. No, that's right outside of Washington, the town. We'll cross. Can you see one, boys? You have good eyes.
This one.
Cross. Now, where is, okay, where is this one out here now? There's John Esterly. And here's the cemetery. Okay,
That's
here's
the one over where
Esterly.
you was.
Right, this is this one. Here's one. This is the one I was talking about, boys. Cemetery. This is the old Union Cemetery. I got right here. It was
Now
on
the
the
Union
property.
Cemetery. Are you talking about the one up by Matamora?
No.
There was their Union.
Right off here, right before you get to the Guth one.
Oh,
But you know that little cemetery along the road there?
Yes, but I thought that was where the Goots were buried, in the Barronses.
Well, yes, but I suppose that's
Yeah, but there's two of them, Henry, on here.
Huh?
There's two of them marked on here.
Oh, they had cemeteries all over.
Yeah.
There was two little girls or two little children buried on that, where the golf course is, back on that, in the holler back there. There used to be a house back there. They died, they had diphtheria. Their folks moved away. And I worked down in Beverly. Always went back there and took the fence down back there.
Oh, do you remember their name?
That's been a long, long time ago.
And there's nobody living that would know that either anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, people used to tell me they lived back there.
Unless Mabel Easterly would.
Teach us hard, though.
I would love to get a picture of this.
Well, if you promise to take care of it, why, you can't ruin it any by just taking a picture off of it.
Well, you know, Miss Mabel Esterly loaned us that old book. We have the record book of that church. And I took a picture of
Oh,
it,
did you?
and I returned that book to her.
Uh-huh.
And made a copy of that and returned that to her.
Well, did you find a plat of the cemetery?
Yes, we did get a plan.
You
of the
did?
cemetery.
Well, I knew there was one. Well, who had it? The Schucks
The
down there?
Schucks. It was Edward Schuck
Junior.
Jr.
That's what I thought. That's the one I thought that had it.
We did get that one. But I don't have the one of the goof one yet. I'd love to get that. But of course, I don't want to bother anybody's health. That comes. You know.
Well, if I ever get to see him and he's well enough to talk about such things, only if he's going this way. I think he will.
Oh, I would love to take a picture of this.
Well, what I was telling you, coming to in the back to some pictures. Now, here's the Illinois map showing all the counties. There's the United States map. I don't know myself what's all in here. Oh, and here's your map of the world. Oh, then that's as far as that kind of stuff. Tazewell County, Illinois.
Patrons.
Oh, I guess that names the families, I think.
All the residents of Tazewell County.
Well, let's look up the roots.
Raymond, Fairview Farm. Born in the county, 1893.
Yeah, that's very good. But he's the only one that's mentioned of the roots.
Schuck.
Is there Schuck there? Yes, yes. John Schuck, that's Henry's father. Forest Home Farm, I never knew they had that. Post Office, Washington. Born in the county in 1870. I wonder if our name is mentioned. Born West, I doubt it.
Now here's the Roth. One of the Roth's teachers at our
John
school.
Roth, farmer and breeder of Hampshire hogs, white leghorn chickens and grade cattle. S22, I don't know what that means. Town Deerfield, Post Office Deerfield.
Let's look for a Rinkenberg one. Here.
Manning. His name was Emmanuel. Upland Farm. Fond du Lac, Post Office, Washington. 1869. That must have been when he was born.
I wonder if, oh, here's a Mosier. You know, what about Esterly? What is that?
That's old. Mm-hmm. There it is. John Esterly, Grandview Farm, school director. S22, town of Washington, Post Office, Washington, born in the county in 1856. Yes, those Zimmermans. Daniel, F.E., he managed the Washington Dairy at one time. Harry Zimmerman, he had a garage. He sold Hudson and Essex cars. And Joe Zurcher, he's still living. He lives back here.
Yeah, he could tell you a lot.
Yeah, but he didn't live here as a kid, Henry. Farm breeder of hounds. I was just going to look see what all we have. There's some old-time advertising.
Washington's Dairy Zimmerman.
Washington Dairy Company, and that was the Mr. Zimmerman we just talked about. There's the old picture of the interlocking fence company at Morton. And here's a picture of the pottery at Morton. And here's a picture of Dan Heiser, Henry, when he was still a young man, agent for 14 company real estate man. And there's Mearsheimer. They had dairy farm at Pekin. Here's what I'm coming to. Now, the illustrations of old-time people. L.B. Kinsey, Mayor of Pekin. Yes, there's George Winkelberger, Mayor of Washington. And Jess Hall, I remember him, he's Peoria. Frank Wilkins, he's a lawyer at Pekin. Alfred Goodyear of Morton. There's the Delavan Community High School. There's a Craig. Oh, I wonder, no, that was Reagan. He was mail carrier at Morton. Albert Parkhurst, he was from Delavan, I didn't know him. Ben L. Smith, he was county superintendent of the schools in Tazewell County for years and years. Here's that Henry Esser that you, the one that has the insurance business?
No, it's here's a car. Esser.
No, this is Esser.
Yeah, well, he told me that Henry Esser was his
Oh, are they? Yes, I guess they are related. Clarence Howell, William H. Myers. P.J. Schmidt. I wonder if he wasn't from the Undertaker Schmidt's at East Peoria. He probably was. There's a Culberson. There's Eltenheiser when he was still a young man. I don't know who he was. William Reardon, William Boliger, Culberson, Goddard. And there's Danheiser again. Well, that's, this is the father and this is the son. George Hill, Ernest Brenneman, and then here's William C. Brenneman, and William F. Incy. The Harrison School District, number 85. Oh dear, I didn't know they was there. Well, the Harrison School is where those, that apartment house is, right off of 24th at the bottom of Washington Hill.
Right. Somebody was talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Here's the Harry Zimmerman Garage, the Veldy Lumber Company at Pekin, Davis Buick, and this is at Morton, the driver store. That's where the Ben Franklin store is at Morton now. Golden wedding anniversary of Mr. and Mrs. Jacob Eller, November 11th, 1865 to November 11th, 1915. Photo from Charles Q. Burroughs, Washington, Illinois. That would be his in-laws, wouldn't it? Wasn't Mrs. Charlie Burroughs was an Eller?
Morton Township High School.
Here's a picture of Charlie Burroughs. He has the first farm when you get down the hill, the Washington Hill toward Peoria, and that old big house on the right-hand side of the road. That was the Charles Burroughs. Conover's Drugstore. That's still there, and it's still Conover's Drugstore in there. The George Howell Pony Farm, I'm sure you all know where that is, don't you? North edge of Washington. They don't have the ponies anymore, but they did. Here's the Morton Hatchery, Green Valley Bank, here's the virus residence, Otto Meyer, W.C. Prager, and Renner. I think those people I didn't know. And that's the Knox of the home. Here's one John Paleman. I know him real well. Now he lives from the Grange Hall. Well, I don't know for sure. He lives in the Grange Hall territory there, anyway. This National Bank of East Peoria, that old building is still there. Jess Moore. See, Jess Moore was supervisor for Morton Township, wasn't he? Doesn't say that here. I guess he wasn't in there. Shanklin's sister. Lona's Funeral Home at Pekin. Well, that's a long time.
Here's John Esterly and John Schuck.
Yes, here's John Esterly's new house. What do you
And
know?
John Schuck.
I didn't know that was... Did you know
That's
that?
your farm.
Yes. Did you know that was in there, Henry?
No, I didn't see
No. That's the old house over across the hollow here. Well,
that. Hang on to that.
I guess so. And here's the residence of Henry Esser. That house is still standing in Washington, I'm sure.
I think I've seen that before.
And Dean Burkett, he was postmaster of Washington. That's his residence. And here's the east of Washington on the highway, that great big brick house on the left, the Verkler. I'm sure you know the name Verkler. Well, I didn't know that the Schuck place was in here. I
Is
sure
that the
didn't.
house here?
That's the house Henry was born in. Heaven sakes. That old tree there in front, that was just cut down a year or so ago, I guess.
I saw a picture of you drinking with that homestead. In fact, I got one out in the park.
Yeah, the old stone house.
Right. I had that picture out in the
I
park.
don't know why they tore that down.
Well, something we were talking about in school, and some of the kids went back on the property when they weren't supposed to, and they said there was still parts of an old stone house back there.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Well, maybe what they saw was a foundation of something.
That old house they took out completely.
Here's what they call the Sawtooth Poultry Farm.
They ground
Property of the
them
King
rocks
brothers.
up into granite.
Who was Herman King, Henry? Washington, Illinois. Herman King. This Belfast, Washington. Or Morton. Well, I guess that's all the pictures. And
Well,
else,
if they kids want to go down.
yeah, we better go. Civil government. I just want to look see what it's through here. County government.
It's fascinating, and it's so good.
Oh, I am so glad that I do have it. Ancient medieval and modern history. But I hope these kids, when they get into high school, I don't know whether they still teach it or not, but somewhere along the ways they go to school. Did you take ancient history in your school? Modern
college.
We had it in high school.
Oh,
And,
yeah, we did have some.
and as you know, the background of all these different countries, so I I guess that's it.
Them old times gone. And I still say they was better than now. We didn't have to work so hard now, but everybody knew everybody, everybody helped everybody. Now the devil and nobody.